whenever we ask a question to a learner that, what is your learning goal? So they would say that it is fluency in English speaking. We definitely miss a very vital point here, which is we have to be active listeners of the language. Okay, somebody is asking you a question, and we sometimes try to give very lengthy answers as non native speakers. We get confused with tenses, grammar, vocabulary if we are not intermediate or advanced learners. So, my point is try to keep your answers clear, precise, to the point. So, it is better to answer smart than to answer long. We tell when we are working for examination also, it is better to study smart than to study long. So this is one comparison I give to all my students that listen to the question carefully, try to address the question in a smarter vocabulary, clear, concise manner, and use your voice modulation.
Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you?
I'm fine, Mr. Shiv Swaroop. Nice to meet you. And welcome to the session of English Yari. As you can see on the screen, your tutor today is Renu Dayal. And I belong to Delhi, but I'm based in Thailand for the past 23 years and passionate about teaching. I'm a communication skills coach as well as an expert IELTS trainer. So, may I know, are you a working professional or into your own business?
Very good afternoon, ma'am. Let me introduce myself. My name is Shiv, and I basically belongs to Uttarakhand. Yes, I do work. I'm a working professional, and I work as a government employee in Forest Department as a clerk. At the same time, I have done my academic qualification. I'm done with my master in English, master in commerce, and this year pursuing my master in economics. And I have my own YouTube channel that is called English with Teacher Shiv, which I have been running for last 1 year. So that's all
Oh,
from
you
my
have
side.
your own channel. That's nice. So you are a YouTuber.
Yes, ma'am, too.
Okay, okay, that's really nice, Shiv. So, what are your learning goals and challenges?
Well, I'm trying my best in order to shape my spoken English to the extreme level, and for that I've been speaking English for the last 4 years. Meanwhile, I'm trying to share my knowledge with different students on a different platform. For example, eFluency on HiLocal and some other online application as well, where I take my own session for the sake of improving my knowledge at the same time, whatever I have been learning so far, that I can share with others. So, yeah,
So, how
that's what
has
I'm
been
looking
your
forward.
English journey so far?
Philman, how has been?
Yeah, how has been your English journey, English speaking journey, and what are the top three lessons you have learned from your English speaking journey so far?
Well, my English journey has been going so far so well as if now, and I'm trying my best in order to improvise and modify it to the proficient level. That's what I'm trying for. And secondly, the three lessons which I have learned, the first one is I have seen a lot of change the way I started learning this language, and when I'm comparing the day till with this day, so I feel that yes, I have improved a lot, and I want to improve more. And second thing, I would say yes. When I started learning this language, that time my mind was totally blank when it comes to vocabulary. I knew these things what exactly I wanted to speak, but just because of short of vocabulary, I couldn't express my ideas. I couldn't manifest my thoughts and expression the way I was expecting from a side. But as because of our practice and as I've shared that I have been speaking English for the last 4 years, I have seen a tremendous and miracle changes on my vocabulary. So like my mind is not going black. Like I can manage with some basic and moderate vocabulary, whatever I need. Last but not least, I feel somewhere when I started learning this language, I started my journey of spoken English with the help of an application that was Hello. And there I've talked with many native speakers around the world. And just because of starting my journey with native speaker, I got a bit influence of their accent on my spoken English that I'm trying to neutralize as much as possible. So that's why I try my best to stay a little bit slow so that the person with whom I'm interacting, he or she could understand in the same way as I want to make him understand. So these three lessons which I have learned so far.
So you mean to say that you had a very clear neutral accent before you joined this app called Hello, and because of your practice with native English speakers, your uh, pronunciation or your accent has changed to their accent, is it? That is a very quick
Uh,
process for us Indians to get it.
no, ma'am. I wanted to say, like, since I started learning this language, I interacted with native speakers.
Hmm.
And before that, I couldn't speak English, a single sentence.
Okay.
It's in short, my
So
journey
you
has
were a total
started with them
novice
only,
in speaking English. Okay.
too.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So, yeah. And that environment, that, native speaker influence. Uh, when I'm speaking, I hope you can see easily that sometimes I'm pronouncing the words, British accent, sometimes in American accent,
Yes.
sometimes in my own neutral Indian accent.
Yes.
So I do have a mixed accent, you can say like that, and I want to neutralize it. That's what I'm looking forward. So
I
that
can easily
because
see that.
yeah, yeah,
Yes. Because I have been staying in Thailand in the past 23 years, and I have been teaching
okay,
multilingual learners, American people, British people, Thai people, and
yeah,
various other nationalities, Japanese, Chinese. So I
hmm,
have to modulate my voice sometimes, but I stick to my clear and neutral accent because I want to be what I am. And that is why, that's what I was
yes,
thinking, that it was very quick for you to grasp this accent so soon. But then you told me that you did not have any practice of speaking English before that. So that was your platform.
yes.
Okay, that is good. So, looking back, what were your academic fears? Because you started learning English very late. And how have you overcome them? And my third part of the question is that since you are a YouTuber and you are imparting knowledge to so many students, how has your community benefited from your skills?
Well, talking about my academic fears, I would say since I started my academic career, I had only one fear, and that is grammar. Frankly speaking, man, because I took English as a language, not subject. So I didn't learn it in an academic way that I need to follow some syllabus and then have to practice English in a chronological manner, like step by step. That today I have to learn tenses, then active and passive voice and models like that. No, what I have grabbed, like I started talking with people directly. I made a lot of mistake when I was Tyro in terms of spoken English.
Mhm.
But after a period of time, I felt like I'm doing a lot of mistake when it comes to grammar. Then I started focusing on grammar, but not in a deeper way, not in a profound way, but superficially. Like I started acquiring some basic pattern of grammar. For example, I have been. So I did not know that at what tense this pattern follow. But again, I know that where I have to use it. Like I've been studying this for 4 years. I've been reading this book for last 3 months, or it has been raining here since morning, like that. I got this pattern. In this way, I started learning grammar.
Mhm.
Now, second question is like how I overcome with the fear of those academic fear. I started watching so many videos on YouTube. I started interacting with people who were literally good in grammar. At the same time, I started recording my voice, and then I started identifying my grammar mistakes. And then I just look up to those pattern and the rule and regulation related to the grammar mistake which I have committed. In this way, I started improving slowly and gradually. And that's the second question of yours. And last question is that being a YouTuber, how my community is being benefited by my channel. Just My channel name is English with Teacher Shiv. Why I kept this name for my channel? Because I want to become an English trainer, like you, like proficient and eloquent. So for that, I kept this name, and I started uploading solo videos. Whatever I have learned, I have shared every single thing. Like how can you improve your pronunciation? How can you improve your grammar, your vocabulary? How can you overcome the fear of public speaking? All this stuff. After a period of time, when I have watched some videos on YouTube, like conversational videos, one-to-one conversational videos, so I started having conversational videos as well, and then I started uploading conversational one-to-one conversational videos in my YouTube channel. In this way, what I feel, how am I helping? I feel the question my learner, my student, or my like YouTuber or subscriber is asking to me, most of the people have the same questions, like how they can overcome with the fear of making mistake, how they can overcome with the fear of MTI, then these kind of basic questions. So I've been replying to them the questions and all, and people who are watching those videos are getting some ideas, like okay, these are some steps or tips and tricks that we can follow in order to overcome with our fear. That's all from my side.
Yeah, so the learners are identifying their problems by your channel, that what you faced and how you are trying, how you tried to overcome it, and then they are trying to overcome it themselves. So please open your chat.
True. Okay. Yeah. Belong to.
You have learned English by learning the nuances of the English correctly yourself. So whatever you wanted to say in a very, very long sentence, you have learned the nuances yourself. So here now, I will give you some tips. I'm sure you are having a lot of presentation skills, but usually what I tell all my learners is that we have the non-communication skills and the communication skills. So non-communication skills come like eye contact, and your facial gestures, your hand gestures, they're also very important. And whenever we ask a question to a learner that, what is your learning goal? So they would say that it is fluency in English speaking. We definitely miss a very vital point here, which is we have to be active listeners of the language. Okay, somebody is asking you a question, and we sometimes try to give very lengthy answers as non-native speakers. We get confused with tenses, grammar, vocabulary if we are not intermediate or advanced learners. So my point is, try to keep your answers clear, precise, to the point. So it is better to answer smart than to answer long. We tell when we are working for examination also, it is better to study smart than to study long. So this is one comparison I give to all my students, that listen to the question carefully, try to address the question in a smarter vocabulary, clear, concise manner, and use your voice modulation. I'll give you two examples of voice modulation. Intonation is also very important when we are speaking English. So suppose you're having a meeting in your office at 5 p.m. So you tell your colleagues that I'm going to have a meeting at 5 p.m. today, and I want all of you to be present there. Here is one sentence you have said. Now, if you use your voice modulation, you say, I'm having a meeting at 5 p.m. today, and I want each and every one of you to be present for the meeting. Here, you have modulated your voice, you used your tonal, you used your intonation effect for the voice, and made your point more amplified, more clear, and stressed on the words, each and every one. So, these are some of the things like voice modulation, intonation, fluency. Fluency is, of course, talking without pauses, without using any fillers. Coherence is logically connected sentences and words. So these are few things when we talk. You have very good eye contact. You are
Thank you.
in a very relaxed state of mind when you're talking. So I must tell you what are good things. And you have good eye contact, and you have a very presentable form of talking, in the sense that You could also use more of your hand gestures, because I think it makes the communication more open when we are using our hand gestures as facial gestures. Even if you are giving a public speech or a presentation, it is good to give a presentation like that. I would give you a topic because today's session notes. Okay, tell me something. What is your daily routine? Today's session notes are about rhythm of routines. I would like to know what your routine is, your daily routine.
I just wake up early in the morning around 5 a.m. and then I go for morning walk and I do some yoga and meditation. After that, I come back to my home. Then I read newspaper. Then I take my own tea, and then after I get ready for my office, I take my breakfast. Then I go to my office, and then after office, like at 5 p.m., I come back to my home, and then I go for running. You can say evening walk at the same time running, and then I come back from there, and then after I do my English practice, as I said to you that I use different online application in order to upskill my spoken English. And then after I have my own WhatsApp group there, I take my own session for 30 minutes, sometimes for 1 hour. And after that, I just watch some videos based on my flaws, as I have shared, like grammar and then vocabulary, again, sometime when it comes to pronunciation. And then after I take my dinner, and yes, after dinner I take my rest, and the same thing. That's a very common daily routine I have.
Good, good. So, a little bit of errors which I noticed. You said, I said to you. That is a wrong use. Instead, you should say, I told you, right?
Okay.
Then you use the word gradually. Can you pronounce it once again? Gradually?
Gradually.
Yeah, right. Now it's okay. Then you said some of the learner have a lot of question for me. You should have used a plural form, questions here.
Questions.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You told me that you learn about your English grammar, vocabulary, everything. Where we can condense our answer is that you upgrade your language learning skills every evening.
Okay.
I mean, instead of telling I learn about tenses, I learn about grammar and everything, instead of enumerating each and everything, you can just put it in a condensed sentence that I upgrade my language learning skills every evening, which is a part of my daily routine. Well said. There were a little bit of small tips which I wanted to improve, so I just gave it to you here. Okay, now tell
Yeah. Thank
me,
you.
why do you think having a routine is important in one's life?
Well, as far as my little knowledge concerned about the question which you have asked me, I feel personally that once you have a routine, it means you are a disciplined person. You know the imperativeness of discipline in your life. And the one who has a good discipline or disciplinary life can achieve anything, whatever he wants to achieve in his life. So routine allow you to save your time, improve your efficiency and effectiveness, improve the quality of your work. At the same time, it allow you to maintain your consistency. And I would say if you have a routine, so you would not deviate or distracted from any mean of useless distraction. So in this way, you would be more focused, and you could have a very clear vision about the goal which you have set for yourself, and that's how you can become the best version of yourself in your life.
Please open your chat box. Is it open?
Yes, ma'am. I have opened. Yeah, it is.
That was a good answer. I have just, you know, done a better sentence structure, a simpler one. I want you to read it aloud.
Sure. In my opinion, routine incorporates self-discipline and allows you to achieve your goals easily with clear focus and vision.
Yes. So we could just Make a simpler sentence and incorporate whatever points you had said in a nutshell. I would say in a nutshell. Okay. Is there any day when you do not have a routine?
Mm, occasionally, not on a regular basis, but occasionally when I have some function or I have to attend any particular party or I have to go somewhere out for outing, then only there might be chances that I don't follow any daily routine.
So we can say that holidays and weekends are those days where you do not follow a routine. Okay.
Yes.
What do you have to say about people who do things at their own convenience and are not particularly bound by a routine? They just do things at their own convenience. What do you have to say of those people, about those people?
Well, ma'am, although I strongly believe in plans, I strongly believe in routine and discipline that one has to follow in a systematic manner. But again, sometime being unplanned is also a good idea because there you don't have any pressure or anything else. So it depends on you what exactly you are seeking for. If without any planning you are achieving every single thing, whatever you are seeking for. So there is no compulsion to have a routine or any plan for everything.
Well said, well said. And let us play a rapid fire round game today. I will ask you few questions and you have to just answer it in one word. Okay?
Sure, ma'am.
You ready? Give me a thumbs up.
I'm ready, ma'am.
Okay. Favorite food?
Matar paneer,
Favorite dessert?
Sahara,
Favorite time of the day?
uh, 6 a.m.
Favorite hobby?
Spoken English,
Favorite celebrity?
Priyanka Chopra,
Okay. Favorite cricketer?
Virat Kohli,
One thing you hate in people?
self-esteem,
One thing you admire in most people?
loyalty,
Favorite person in the family?
my mother,
Favorite friend?
uh, one of my classmate name is Deepak.
You could have just said Deepak.
Okay,
Great. So you did well in the round. Okay.
thank you.
So now I'll just give you a feedback. It's feedback time now. For a certain pronunciation, I want you to correct. Can you say the word loyalty?
Loyalty,
Yes, you had pronounced it loyalty. Then also,
also,
also, not also.
also,
Yeah, also. Pressure.
pressure,
Yeah. Planning.
planning,
Yeah. Compulsion.
compulsion,
Compulsion. Not son.
compulsion.
Yes.
Okay, compulsion.
Yeah, compulsion. Otherwise, my feedback to you is that you are a very good speaker. You can articulate your thoughts and put it into words. That is one thing which is very good. There were minor pronunciation errors which I just corrected. And of course, you have your own channel. What I can say, you are an English teacher, you are a MA in English, you are a grammar teacher. So I do not have much to say. And I wish you all the best for your channels and your learning journey. You want to ask any questions to me or you have any feedback for me?
Well, talking about feedback, I have literally enjoyed the session because it was literally a very fruitful and productive session for me. At the same time, I have one question for you that since we started interacting with each other, since this session has started, till now, what you have observed about my pronunciation. I mean to say, like, what do you want to say about it, and whatever, like flaws, and how can I improve it? Because one of our teachers from English Yare, she suggested me that you have to have a neutral pronunciation. So that's what I'm looking for. That how can I have a neutral pronunciation? First, I want to know the definition of it. That's all. I want to ask you.
Clear. See, when we talk about accents, we say there's a new British accent, American accent, and the third accent, which is very, very close to an Indian accent, is called a clear, neutral accent. That is either neither American nor British. So it is a clear, neutral accent. The accent which I am using right now. Okay, uh, your accent would be very appreciated if you applied for an American school. For example, if I applied for an American school, I would not be selected because I do not have a American accent, and you have an American accent and have a clear accent. I hope I'm able to answer your question very well. The difference between